tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa. So we bring the body to a comfortable posture for meditation. Sitting is great. Cross-legged, kneeling on a bench, sitting in a chair. Standing is fine, lying down is fine. We're going for the kind of stability that we could maintain for a long time. So sitting is kind of the middle way there. It's not as comfortable as lying down, perhaps, or as alert as standing up. It's beautifully right in the middle. I'm going to go for a sitting posture where the central column of the body is clear, which often means elongated and straight. The central column isn't the spine, which ideally rests in its natural curves if we haven't ironed those curves out through years of slumping and computer neck and phone neck. But ideally, the lumbar spine at the low back arches forward a bit. That's really that's the spring that supports the ribs to be buoyant and lift with the breath. And the cervical spine, the back of the neck, ideally curves in a bit as well. Rather than falling forward, there's really a natural spaciousness at the back of the neck. Base of the skull can settle down. Jaw can settle down. One way we can think about the instructions for mindfulness of breathing is that the physical breath is the most rough or earthen manifestation of a subtle movement that is life flowing in and out of the body. So there's the physical breath, breathing air in and out, the movement of the diaphragm, inhaling and pressing down at the center, exhaling and releasing in and up. And then as we find the physical breath and connect with the whole body, there can be just the sense of a subtle breath. Often this is in the same rhythm as the physical breath, but not always. And you can feel the whole body undulating a bit with a subtle vibration or hum or tingling, or just a sense of movement. The movement is associated with the wind element, and it's not necessarily physical movement, but there can be a sense of the energies moving in the body, around the body. So the physical breath, the energetic breath, settling into the body, being easeful. And just taking some time with that. Whatever we've been doing today, whatever the momentum or echo of the day is present in the tissues, ideally letting it just drain, settle, evaporate, integrate. And right here in the first minutes of a meditation, where we're landing with the breath in a stabilizing and calming way, we can feel these two pathways that we might take. One is to emphasize calm or tranquility. I'm really just focusing on relaxing the body as much as I can. not following the impulse to move quite as much, just relaxing through that. This is the beginnings of moving toward tranquility. Samatha is the Pāli word, calm, abiding. So there's that whole process of settling. And then at the same time, or sometimes, we give our attention to really the parallel process of meeting directly that which is here. So we need to settle because there is that in the system that isn't settled. There's stirred up energies, there's emotions that want to be felt, processed, stories that want to be thought, connected with emotions that want to be processed. And so we can't just say to the body-mind, shh, relax, and it does it. Very often we give the instruction to calm, to settle. And then what we find is that which is not settled shines brighter. Oh, I feel the tension in my shoulder. I hear the story of what's happening in the relationship with this person or in this situation. So notice what arises on your pathway to calm. And whatever it is, changes all the time. Whatever it is, if it responds to the impulse to settle, then great. And let it go, we settle, no problem. Anytime something just feels like it's not too sticky and you can deepen in stillness or calm, it's often useful to do so. But if it's sticky, if it doesn't release so easily or feels like it wants to be known more directly, it's talking louder, and you can choose. And it's really good to do this intentionally, really make a choice, have agency in how we use our attention. Choose to turn toward it. What it is probably an emotion connected with a story. Almost all of the material that doesn't release immediately is emotional, energetic, connected with story, narrative, things that are happening or happened in the past. But it's tempting to go over the story, to talk through it in some way. But the thing that we really want, if we wanted to find how these energies can resolve, is to feel them, of course, as directly and intimately as we can. And so as practice here, and if you're already quite calm and the mind is silent, please don't let me interrupt you. Continue in that direction. But if you're still bopping around, try this. Connect with one thing that feels like it is not immediately wanting to settle. This could be a story that's bumping around in your mind. Could be a feeling that keeps coming back, or just a tone in your mood that's unpleasant or feels like there's some dissatisfaction, some dukkha in it. Find one thing. See if you can identify very simply for yourself what the feeling is. Give it a feeling name. And what the story is. Don't tell the story too much, but just say what the story is. I'm jealous of what's happening for this person. I'm frustrated with this thing at my job. Like, very simple, a feeling and a situation or story. And when you've named them, especially once you've named the story or the situation, turn all of your attention to the feeling. And if it starts to slip away, you might repeat the name of the feeling a few times to stay close with it. Frustrated, frustrated, or wanting, wanting. Maybe you're really happy and it's a joyous feeling that you don't want to let go of. Hey, appreciating, celebrating, enjoying. And as you say the name of the feeling, whatever it is, what's it like? Where does it live in the body? How big is it? Don't lose the breath here. So continue to know that you're breathing, to be with the breathing. Ideally, be with the whole body. As you feel this feeling, see if you can feel it while your attention is grounded in the whole body. And this can just help to flesh it out in a very literal way. Play with this and see what happens, staying with it for a while, with the breath, with the whole body. If it slips away, say the word a few times. See if there's still energy there. As you stay with it, if it feels like it's too much to be with, try doing it with your eyes open. If it feels like you can barely feel it, see if you can feel where in the body it lives and pour the full light of your attention into that place. Really feel that part of the body where this feeling has a root or is lodged or where you can touch it. And whatever you're doing, we'll just stay with it for a bit here and see what it does. Feelings like this will generally do one of two things. They'll get more intense, so we'll feel them more and they'll feel like they're moving up in intensity. Or they will begin to deactivate, or they'll recede, they'll subside in intensity. If as you're staying with it, if it's subsiding, just let it subside. Keep the attention bright in the whole body. And just come back to the breath as the feeling lands, even as it slowly dissipates. But if you stay with it and the feeling intensifies, but it still feels like not too much to bear, then stay with it. Let it intensify a bit. Say the name a few times to see if it needs any further support. What can I know about this? What is this asking me to feel or to know about myself? Stay with the whole body, and again, if it's getting more intense than you prefer, let the eyes open, maybe move your head around a little bit, which will clear the energy a little often. Just being with it here in the present moment, sitting in meditation, safe in your own space. And you're looking for the moment when it turns around, changes, and begins to settle. And the fail-safe here is that if it is really not settling and you need to put on the brakes, really let your eyes open, orient the room around you, let your head move on its axis, let your body move, and just see where you are. I'm just right here. And if you need to reassure yourself, see, I can be with this. We're just here with ourselves in this human life. And when it begins to settle, even just the intensity subsides a little and it's manageable, then whenever you choose, you can let attention come back to the whole body, and the breath in the whole body, and return to the practice of calming, settling, just being here. And once it's no longer compelling or pulling on attention, let attention come fully back to the breath and the breathing body, and sense of ease in the breathing body. And see if that ease can deepen a little. Even the stillness around the body deepening a little. So, playing in this way, and we'll sit in silence together for a bit here. Since we're touching into the process by which material lodged in the psyche is dislodged and allowed to, or encouraged to, settle, I'll close our sitting with the chant on impermanence, anicca, change. And the translation is, impermanent are all phenomena or conditioned things or volitional formations, mental formations. The word is sankhara. Impermanent are all sankhara. They have the nature to arise and pass away. Their total stilling or bringing to tranquility is joyful, blissful, brings ease. Well, I'll sing it 3 times. Anicca vata sankhara uparavaya dhammino upachitva niruchanti te upasamo sukho. Anicca vata sankhara uparavaya dhammino upachitva niruchanti te upasamo sukho. Anicca vata sankhara uparavaya dhammino upachitva niruchanti te upasamo sukho. Anicca vata sankhara, impermanent are all sankhara, formations. Upadavaya dhammino, all phenomena, arising and passing. Upachittuva niruchanti, they have the nature to arise and pass away. Te upasamo sukho, they are, it is easeful or happy, sukha, when they are completely settled, upasamo, completely stilled. So letting it go,